morning, afternoon, evening. Today I'm here with another one of my best friends, Joanna. We are sitting here in Portugal at her house, which I've come to visit. We've actually been talking so much about how I live in New Zealand, she lives in Portugal, and you've also lived in so many different countries, which I'm excited to dive into today. But I've actually visited you like 4 times in the last 3 years.
Which is crazy.
Abroad. And you've
more than my own family.
Yeah. And you've come back to me so many times. And to be fair, this is obviously because I prioritize like our friendship and, you know, like I prioritize experiences and spending quality time with people.
Yeah.
But it's also because I do have my own business and like I can do this. I've got the time freedom to be able to do it.
Yeah.
And like when you have baby number 1, because she's baby number 2 on the way for anyone not watching on the video.
Baby number 1 sleeping for now.
Yeah, we're fitting in nap time, making it work. But when you had baby number 1, I was able to just book a last minute flight when you had a baby, Jasper.
Yeah.
And we were on FaceTime and I was like, are you happy to see people? And you were like, yes, come here. And I was like,
more the merrier.
Okay, see you next week.
But and Miller as well. She flew out. Yeah, our best friend. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was super fun.
Miller was on last week's episode, if you want to watch that one.
Nice to have support and just people around.
Definitely. I actually want to chat a little bit about how me and Joe met, because this is another example that you can meet friends in like the weirdest situations and places. So I was seeing a boy when I was like 15, I'm gonna say 16.
Yeah.
And then another girl was seeing him at the same time. And I found out on MySpace or whatever else, added this girl on MySpace, Facebook, whatever it was. I just added her like for fun, like in a friendly way, like, oh, I want to see who this girl is. Anyway, me and her ended up becoming like really close friends after he started seeing someone else.
Yeah.
Which is
standard.
And then Joe was one of her best friends. And I remember it was her 16th birthday that I met you.
Yeah.
And me and you just bonded so well. Like she already knew that me and you were going to be really close. And
she said to me before, she was like, you two are so similar, like both crazy, like you're going to love each other.
Definitely. And I was doing naked snow angels on her 16th birthday in like January.
Like, finally, someone I can get naked with.
And I just feel like we just bonded instantly and we just knew it was going to be like this ever since. Yeah, tight.
Yeah.
Which was so good. And then we just ended up spending so much time together. And then me, you and Miller become like a little threesome, just spending all of our summers together and free time. Again, like really happy just doing nothing.
Yeah.
We love.
We didn't want to leave each other's side. Yeah. We'd just be happy lying in bed.
Yeah. We honestly used to
doing prank calls.
Prank calls. We used to do prank calls. Again, I love that you're going to get more insight into my life. We used to have like hot tub nights together. I remember one night we camped in my garden. Like,
we did.
We just like slept in there for fun. Like we just used to do such silly things. Or like you were so funny. Again, like very different to me. Joe was quite a you're not good on your phone.
No.
And like
I'm still not.
I would know you were coming round after work because we used to always come to my house, but like didn't know how you were going to get there, what time. You never had any credit, any battery. Yeah. And then you would always turn up in some way or another. You would always manage to get there, even though it would be like a drive away and never car. But I
the
feel
things
like...
you have to do when you're younger to like make it work and see your friends.
Definitely. But I also feel like thinking back to this now, you had the belief that everything was always going to work out and you'd figure out a way. So a way was always figured out.
Yeah.
There was
I never thought that it wasn't possible.
No, I remember one time actually, just before we would go to London, you needed some money that was going to be in your drawer at home because of the days of cash.
I was just thinking of. Yeah.
And I feel like I'm not going to tell the whole story, but basically you got a lift there.
Yeah. Like, I had to tell a lie to somebody. Yeah. But it was funny. It wasn't anything bad or like malicious. It was just
happy to do. They got something out of it as well, like again, like in a funny way.
Yeah. And they probably even knew because they were like, that's just what you're like, and it was funny.
It was
like,
funny.
And they just wanted to help, you know.
And do you know what? I've actually written on my notes today. I want to talk about using your natural strengths too. You've always been into sales. That's always been your job. And like, I think sales is one of these tools that we need in life, no matter what. Like, how can I? Get what I need? How can I communicate it in a way that is like, and it's not just about getting what you want, it's about getting what is right for both people. It's like, how can I get an, fair exchange, something that works for like both people?
Yeah. Well, it's a lot of like persuading and convincing.
Yeah, good for you.
And a few white lies, you know?
Yeah. Don't let the truth get in the way of a good story.
Yeah, basically.
Love it. So yeah, our friendship blossomed and obviously we used to spend so much time together. And then I obviously went traveling. If you listen to last week's episode, then you'll know our story where I thought I was going to go for 4 months and I ended up going for 9 years, never come home. But also,
I feel like I knew deep down because our Miller, our other friend, yeah, she was like, she's coming back. She's coming back. And I was like, I think she's gonna have so much fun that she's like not gonna come back in 6 months.
Which was the reality.
And you're very spontaneous, so yeah.
Yeah. But I want to talk about like your journey over the last like decade as well, because you also live an unconventional life. And, you know, we were reflecting last week on how our lives are actually like so much more than we could have ever imagined.
Yeah.
Like we would have never have known or been able to plan or even dream of the lives that we're living today.
Yeah.
And I feel like this happened for you over COVID was like a big thing for you.
COVID,
where, you were living at home, like had your job, but your partner, who she's been with since she was like 15, lived abroad because he works all over Europe in different places, and you had like a long distance relationship for a while. Let's talk
we did, for like a year, but yeah, so we were together from 15 and then just had like teenage sweethearts and whatever. And then we separated at 22. He went traveling and then I just kind of like did my thing, but like went up the city, was like, I want a career, I want to do sales, I want to like make this work. And then I had a work event in Paris and he was working in Paris. And then it was really fun. I was in the Eurotunnel and I met these women telling them the love story, and then I was together at 15, like I'm going to reunite, and then when I got off the train they were like, go get your man, like go get your man. So yeah, like we just kind of ended up coming back into
each other
lives. I mean, my brother was a bit to play with it as well, because like Sam was still connected to my family in a way, like they were still friends and stuff. And then we just ended up meeting, and then the rest is history, really. And this is like baby number 2.
Love it. But yeah, you did do a bit of time where you weren't living together, which is normal when you're really young. But then
when we started seeing each other again, he was in Paris, and then we were doing long distance for like a year.
And then it was when
he was COVID happened.
Belgium, wasn't he? Over COVID.
Yeah.
And then you were able to go and live in Belgium.
Yeah. Belgium, Switzerland, Paris, Italy. And that was during COVID as well. So like no one could travel, and Sam just like found a way to make it work. Basically, I managed to get there. Yeah. And it was a hard process, but yeah,
it worked.
We're just too unconventional.
Yeah.
But no, I managed to get there, and then obviously everything was locked down and I couldn't leave. And then I spoke to my company. I was going to leave the company because I wanted to like stay traveling abroad, and that was when people were starting to go back to the office like semi, like one day a week or like 2 days a week. And obviously I was in Belgium and traveling around, and I wanted that to continue, like working remotely. And then I spoke to my boss, but I went in that conversation being like, I'm really sad I'm going to have to leave because me and my partner want to stay together and travel Europe, and I want to stay in these countries, and we don't want to be separated anymore because we've been doing that for like a year. And then I was really surprised. He was like, well, obviously you're not leaving. Like, we're going to find a way to make it work and for you to stay. And I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, like, you know, they do what they need to do, talk to finance and all these different departments
and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, obviously they have to go away for a little bit. So I was a little bit apprehensive thinking, is this actually going to work? And then he come back like within 24 hours pretty much. It was like speedy. And he said, yeah, like you can stay. But it was natural. It was like this is where my life was taking me. And he could see that. And I was saying I would love to be in the office and like still be with you guys as like a team.
But it's just not possible.
Because I know collaborating is important and stuff, and to see each other face to face, but it's just not going to work.
And I think this is just another story and reminder that when you decide the life you want to live, you go for it, no matter what, the universe will make a way for it to happen.
Yeah.
And like stranger things have happened. Literally, this is 2 weeks in a row now of a pretty similar story. You and me, where it's like, oh, I'm so gutted that I have to leave, but this is the life I've decided that I'm living, and I know it's going to figure it out. And then like your employer's been like, I'll keep you, like we can do this. And I think part of it is as well, obviously this can happen in different situations, but you worked really hard, you're really good at your job, and you're a really valued employee and member, that why would they don't want to let you go, you know? Which was so amazing. And then you did plan on, you wanted to move to Spain. That was going to be
Yes.
the deal, but it
Yeah.
didn't work out because it was hard
Didn't work
with
out.
visas and
Yeah, we went for the wrong visa, so it was kind of like on us.
okay,
But
yeah, but
they didn't have all the right visas at the time anyway, so but
yeah.
yeah, that
I
wasn't
think
obviously meant to happen, and we're so glad that we're not there now.
exactly. This is the thing is sometimes we can be so tunnel vision on what we want that we don't see another path. And I
Yeah.
know there was a lot of things that you really liked and wanted about Spain, and
Same.
especially with your partner. That's like a special place to him and his
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
But I love that actually it's kind of like that rejection is redirection, and then that opened
Yes.
up to you moving to Portugal. Because if that had worked out, you would have probably moved there. But actually,
Yeah.
here has been so amazing for you.
Oh, we have so many. Our life is better here. It is. If you like want to like compare the two, we have a better life here, more benefits
Yeah.
in every aspect.
Yeah.
And we just love the country more as well.
Yeah.
Just
So
hit on
Magnet.
that, like
Yeah.
Sam was really down about that, like my partner, but I was like, no, we're going to find another way. And I was one that said Portugal. And the funny story is, we'd never even been to Portugal. We'd never even been here, but I was just like, it's next to Spain. So
Yeah.
you had a feeling. And then, yeah, when we were going through the visa process, we went to Porto for a week. We were like, oh, we'll just go and like, just, immerse ourselves in the culture, just like be here. Obviously, we ended up coming to the Algarve anyway, but we were like, oh, we'll just do a week's trip. And yeah, it just felt right, like being in that city in that moment. And as well, we were like, if we don't like it for whatever reason, we can always go home.
Exactly.
It's not a big deal.
And I love to talk about the realities as well, because yes, it's amazing that you're living over here. You've got this beautiful house, but it can be messy along the way. Visas are hard. I'm trying to figure that out. And also, I remember when you first got to Portugal, you were doing Airbnb, so having to pay quite a lot of money for like accommodation and moving around quite a lot. You also come with 2 dogs.
Yeah.
And this is your reminder here as well that like, so you could perceive this as there's too many barriers or obstacles for me to make this a reality.
Yeah.
But actually, you didn't let any of that stop you, which is something I've always like loved and admired about you. It's like, no, we're going to make it work and it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to happen. Even when we were driving, when we were driving from the UK to Portugal and we entered the Algarve, we hadn't even had an Airbnb booked because we couldn't find one that would accept dogs. But when we were driving, we still had like an hour till we got to the city that we wanted to get to, but with no Airbnb. And I was like, but there will be one. Like, and Sam was a little bit like, he's a bit different to me in that aspect. He was like stressing a little bit, which is fine.
People were.
Yeah, like that's normal. But I was like, it's gonna be fine. And yeah, that apartment was great. It was massive. The dogs loved it. Perfect location. I actually didn't want to leave there, like we had to in the end because it was Airbnb, but that was so nice.
I also think like fortune favors the bold, and you have to be a bit delusional to be like, nah, it's just gonna work out.
Yeah. I was like, there's gonna be one apartment, like.
And wasn't it? There's a story with the apartment that you got before you moved into this house. I think that just came to you like magic some way.
Oh, the one that you come to.
Yeah.
Before, yeah.
You were speaking to an estate agent.
Yes.
And it was like
it was his. Yeah. So I was like, right, I need to try and find something like a bit longer term here now because it was all Airbnbs. And we wanted to buy, so I still wanted to rent. And I just walked into this estate agent and they were only doing, to buy homes.
Yeah.
But I just got chatting to him. His name's Glauber. Nice Brazilian guy. And I think I even had the dogs with me.
Yeah.
Sam was out of the country, so I was on my own. He was doing like work stuff. And then, I was like, "You're in a position to buy?" I was like, "Not yet. We are in the future, but right now I'm just looking for a like long-term rent." And he was like, "Oh, the dogs, and it's a bit more difficult like here, da da da." And he was like, "But actually, you could have my apartment, and I could just move in with my girlfriend." Good excuse for him to move in with his girlfriend. Like, they weren't living together, but he was like, "Actually," and he was like smart. It was a business move for him.
Yeah. Good situation for him, good situation for you.
Yeah.
And this is just your reminder.
And he's a friend. Like he's a friend now.
Again, that one conversation.
Yeah, one conversation. He helped me and Sam so much with our integration, like here.
Yeah.
Just like with even helping us with the dogs and having a good accommodation and stuff and loads of other things.
Yeah.
Loads of other things. Like my car broke and he was like, right, I've got a guy, like
yeah.
He was our go-to. He was like a guardian angel.
And I think part of this is like your strength of connection, communication, like building connections, and that's something you're really good at doing.
I'm not
and
scared
that leads
to ask.
Not scared to ask, but also
I'm really
like the universe works in funny ways, and you would never go into a place to like a somewhere that sells houses with the expectation that you'd be able to rent from the land. I never know. I think maybe it's even without your intention, but you would have been listening to your intuition by going into the place, by having these conversations, not even knowing where they're going to end.
That was the first one I went into, and I didn't need to go into any others.
Any others? And
I was just walking the dogs, and I just thought, F it. I'm just gonna
say fuck.
Yeah. I don't know what I can say. I can't say naughty. I'm a naughty girl. Yeah. So I just saw it, and I just, I was like, I'm just gonna do it. Yeah. There was.
So I think this is when you're doing the things you love, when you're being your authentic self, you are like giving off this vibration and energy that just attracts the things to you that is meant for you. And that is why when
people love boldness as well.
They do. Yeah. So, hope you've loved these stories. Let's dive into the next topic because I feel like we've got so many. Me and Joe obviously been friends for so many years. When I started my business, I started with sessions with my friends because I was like, right, I need practice. Who wants the visioning session? And I remember you were like, me.
Yeah.
And I remember we sat there and we did this visioning session, which is the first session I do with any of my one-on-one clients, where we really dream big. We let go of any kind of like perceived obstacles, limits, that we've put on ourselves, boundaries, and we allow ourselves to like really dream big. So we do this meditation and then we start creating this holistic vision. So what do I want every single area of my life to look like? So what do I want? My physical health, my career, my home environment, my relationships, like everything, dreaming big. And I guide you through it. And we had such an amazing conversation. And it's so amazing as well. Like, obviously, Joe's one of my closest friends and has been for a long time, but we got to have such deep conversations.
Yeah.
And like, I got to learn so much more about you and what
you made me learn about myself.
Yeah.
And you asked me things, and I'm like, no one's asked me that before, or I haven't, had the time
to think about it, connect. And that is actually like something that is so good about coaching is it's creating a space for you to connect deeper with yourself and to learn about yourself and be prompted to think about these ideas and let them come to you. And I remember that one of the biggest parts of your vision that came through was I really want to be a mum and I want a family.
It was just like in me. I was like, I'm so ready. And then literally in that house on that sofa that we had that call, but like that house, it was
the sofa.
It was a small house. Like we had our call, and then I think it was either the following weekend or the weekend after that.
The baby was
conceived.
Made.
I conceived.
Which was just so magic.
And like me and Sam were even putting it out. Like after our call, I obviously started talking to Sam. We both knew we've been together for such a long time.
And you had spoke about it before. It wasn't like this was like the first time we thought I would have been.
We both knew that we were ready. But I remember I've even got a video on my phone of me and Sam at the Eiffel Tower I forgot what the time, I think it's like 7 or 8 when all the lights go off on the Eiffel Tower. And we were speaking to our future baby. It's going to make me like cry every time. And I've got that video, and that was on the Saturday, then on the Sunday I conceived. So like we were speaking about it, and we were like out in public, and we basically did a message to our future baby, and then we conceived that the next day.
It is so special, and Joe's got
it's crazy.
Such a gorgeous baby here that I'm obsessed with. He's definitely got
he loves you. He does. He loves
also,
you.
Babies feel good energy.
Yeah, they do. They do. He's actually obsessed with you.
And I'm so grateful that again, I live in New Zealand, you live in Portugal, and this is the second time I've met your little boy. I met him just after he was born. Now I've met him now.
Some of my family members haven't seen him as much as
And again, like the universe works in funny ways with divine timing. Like I got to go to your baby shower in England last year because I was home at the same time. We've done Joe a little baby shower, which it was a baby shower, but also I would call it like a mother's blessing, like that, more like the ritual behind it. Like, yes, we did a lunch and we did some of the more baby showers would do, but we also then did a really special
This was deep
evening where like us girls sat there. I got a crystal for us that I'd brought out here with us, like specifically for this. And me and Miller, and actually your partner ended up doing it in the end as well, which is really cute. Like putting these positive intentions for like your pregnancy, your birth, your baby, and your like future together and your family into this crystal. We actually got it all on record, which is so cute, like, and by accident. And it was such a special moment. I actually like loved it so much. It was just a few nights ago, like looking into each other's eyes and like being really present and sharing such special words and wishes for each other.
We were
which was
just like
so
this,
lovely. If you can see us. We're cuddling.
Holding the bum. Like, oh, and he was wriggling the whole time, wasn't he? Like, I'm like ripples.
It
Big
was so
ripples.
cute. And then me and Miller painted Joe's bump. We did this kind of like design on her. And again, that was just like so
Like a
so lovely.
sunflower with like I don't know how you would describe
Is it
it.
a mandala? I don't actually know what that word is, but I feel like it's like a there's a word. Follow me on Instagram.
Yeah.
I want to see a photo.
No, that's like inspo for sure. That was gorgeous. Like, I put that on my Instagram story, and all of my pregnant friends are like, I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this.
And it was just we were talking about how it was such a special way for you to connect not us, but like your baby as well, and have these special memories and moments. And I think in today's society, we've come a little bit too far away from like the rituals and the meanings behind things, and we do a lot of commercial stuff.
Commercial,
we're doing like
I call it like more like surface level stuff.
surface level, yeah, like, and it's
Not that that's
like,
bad. That's nice as well. That's like to celebrate.
And
There's
like,
so many ways to celebrate.
yeah, do what you want to do and what's right for you. But like, just because other people have a massive wedding or a massive baby shower, that's what you want, you go for it. But if it's not, you get to do you and do things that are a little more unconventional. And you were just saying how special this was. And I mean, it was a complete surprise as well because you didn't know it was.
Yeah, I didn't know.
This is my little note to you here as well, that I can do bespoke events for people. So I obviously hold women's circles, not just women's circles, but I hold, retreats. But also last year I held my first, it was a hen do event, but we called it like a Zen do, or like
I love that.
bridal
wedding. You told me about it. That's so cool.
On the beach.
I love that.
A woman like reached out to me who had been to one of my events before, and I created this bespoke event for her, like sent her a briefing over of like, these are the things that I could do. Maybe you just want to pick a few of like the rituals that I've spoken about, or I'll really get your input in what you want, if you want to be involved in it, and then like make it for you and tailor it for you and your group, and how many people are going to be there, and interests, and the type of person as well. I remember asking, does the person whose event it is, do they love being like center of attention? Do they like it to be kind of like just everyone involved? So hen do's can do like baby showers, baby like blessings, as well as like any other celebration. So DM me on Instagram or email me at hello@empoweredwitheffy.com if you're interested, and I can give you a
it was
tailored design.
It was the best.
I'll post a reel so you can have a little look online if you want to see what we've done here as well.
And like you said, it was such like a nice way, especially if like this is your second baby and you already have a baby. Pregnant women will know like it's harder to connect with the baby in your stomach when you already have a baby that you're like running around after. So to have that like bond time, and since then I feel so much different about this pregnancy. I honestly do, because I haven't had the time, and like you create that space to give me that time, and I just I can it's nice.
Love it. And
I've been waiting for it.
I want to normalize this as well, because I love talking about the different challenges, and that not everything's rainbows and butterflies all the time. Like a lot of mums do feel guilt with second baby, that on the first pregnancy,
so much.
You can have so much time, like you don't have anyone else to look after, and on the second one it's just not the reality to have the same amount of time.
Maybe for some, but I think for the majority it's especially if it's a young baby or a toddler.
It goes back to like, how can I create small pockets of intentional time to be able to connect? Because
how many hours was that? That was, I don't know, it was
hours out for lunch, and then a couple hours at home, like
and it was like in like pieces, wasn't it? And that was nice. And I could have done more, could have done the next one.
Well, how can you make it work for you? Because like we literally did it in Joe's living room. Like it doesn't have to be you have to hire a hall or a beautiful location or do it on the beach.
It's actually nicer at home, because obviously your belly's being pain, so you can just like sprawl out, it's like very chill, very comfortable. So
absolutely love it. Oh, yeah. I feel like this has been such an interesting chat. I just want to say, I want to talk about the reasons we love each other. Because I did this with Miller as well, and I'd love for you to share with like my audience as well, things that you kind of love about me, or anything you want to share for people to like get to know me a little bit more. But I've written a note on here that I want to share about you as well. And something I really love about you is that you have never been scared to be different. You have never been scared to just like be your true self and not be bothered if like people don't like that. Like you always were someone who wore really out there clothing. You've always had your own style. And I've loved it. I remember you always used to say to you, this is literally when we were a teenager, everyone needs to be a little bit more Joe, to just like you just embrace life and like live life to the fullest. And I just love that.
I try.
Your turn.
And I'm still trying to wet out their things, even as a mummy. Yeah, so like this is easy. Obviously, there's all of like the stuff that we all know and love about you. So very fun, like very adventurous, very spontaneous. You're so positive, so positive. But I was thinking about this last night, and I was thinking, I genuinely, you're like the biggest person that I treat. Like you're so trustworthy. Like I feel like I could come to you and tell you anything, like literally anything, even if it's like an embarrassing thing for me or it looks bad on me. And you're just so loyal, like loyal in your friendships, your relationships. You're just like, like I think trust is such a big thing. And I think people can have like loads and loads of friends, but I don't think everyone is open with their friends. But with you, I could literally tell you anything. And I know you're not going to judge me for it. I know you're just going to be like, right, what can we do? Like you will always have my best interests at heart.
Definitely. And a lot of the time we don't even need someone to tell us what to do. We just need someone to listen.
Yeah.
Not judge us, but be like, hear me. You know, you hear me, you see me.
Yeah. I can tell you anything, and the next day I won't think like, oh, should I have, like, was it worth that? I know telling you is always going to be like a good thing.
And it will never change.
And we're going to have a good chat. No, it's never going to change anything between us. Yeah. And I know that you're always going to give me like the best advice and like have like the best solution.
I love that.
Yeah, for me, that's like such a big one. Obviously, we have loads of fun together. Like,
definitely. But
I swear, like, you're so trustworthy.
And I think we've always been vulnerable with each other. I think like we've always had a friendship where we can tell each other everything. And if I'm having a rubbish time, I can be like, oh, girls, this is not good at the moment. Like, because I'm positive, but I'm not like someone who ignores all the bad stuff. I do send the girls voice messages of me crying, being like, oh my God, this is like, that is it. But also this is a compliment that I do get, and I know it's something that my clients really love about me as well. Like, even people who don't know me, I can be on a call with someone for the first time and that they admit things to me they've never admitted before.
Exactly.
Because you know that there's no judgment. I'm someone that makes people feel safe to express themselves and to be themselves. Know that there's nothing that you could say that would shock me. Someone say that to me before as well, actually, on one of my group calls. A woman I didn't know before she joined one of my group programs shared with me, I feel like I could say anything to you on the call, even in front of other people, and you wouldn't be like phased or shocked. There's nothing that would like
you wouldn't regret it. You wouldn't regret it.
Surprise you, and you can always. She was like, you go back to everyone like really like with a good answer, with compassion, and whatever, and that is just me.
Yeah.
So if you want to declare your deepest desires and then manifest them, bring them to reality and have them come to you within just a few weeks, work with me.
And everyone needs like this soul in their life, and like not everybody has that. So I'm very lucky and grateful that I do have that. Like in the
relationship too. And I just again, I know I keep coming up
15 with 15 more years and 15 more years.
Exactly, reminders. But like you can have friendships that live in different countries, that have distance, because again, a lot of people reflect back to me, you've got so many friends, and not everyone has to have loads of friends. Like you do just need a few really close friends. And but also people say like, oh, like I don't know if I could have friends in like different countries, or like, oh, I'm moving around, so I don't know if I'd be able to create friendships. And I'm like, that doesn't need to be a barrier. You can have really amazing friendships that live in different countries. You can have really amazing virtual friendships that you've never met. Stop putting limits on that and allow yourself to like receive these beautiful friendships. And your relationships that you have are going to be a reflection of the relationship you have with yourself. If you're able to be vulnerable with yourself and do work within yourself, you're going to see that reflected in your relationships. I receive friendships that are so good to me and I know that's because that's what I've put out there. That's what I attract.
100%.
But anyway, love you. Love my podcast, and hope everyone listening has enjoyed.
Love you always.
Send me a DM if you want to work with me.
Yeah, you said.